Disclaimer. I am not responsible if you break your car. I am not responsible for your health. If you hurt yourself or break your car, it is only your responsibility. This is not educational video and should not be used as tutorial. I do only show how I am doing my repair. I will not show you basics of screwing bolts, I will just show you results after each operation or part removal.
So once you remove your turbocharger, you need to remove that heat shield of the exhaust pipes. So that will be 2 bolts here, one here, both M8. So let's carry on. Okay, once you remove that naughty nut from this place here, that was here, the next you will see that tricky bolt like this. In order to undo this bolt, you will require the key like this, but very little one. I think it's number 4, right? So that fits to this little boy, and you will undo this bolt, and you will not damage your heat shield. Okay. Okay, this is quite nasty bolt. There's one here, and the one is on the other side. That is okay, proper bolt, and that is proper as well. So these two, I don't know how will I remove them, because the head doesn't deep enough. So I'll try to use different key, but that key is not that powerful than this one. I mean the torque power, so no idea, guys. If that one of this will work, I will tell you later. Okay, this is 10, and this guy is 13. Just to let you know. Do you think that was easy? No. Apparently it is same system as on the cover. So basically you have a nut which is holding exhaust intake, and see that little bolt is hex, I believe. I don't just know which one is, what size it is. Right, let me find the proper key and I'll tell you the size. And the other one is the same from the other side. Look, there's another one. Pretty much the same thing. Alright, these guys are 5 millimeters, 5.5. Let me try if 5 works better. Okay, once we removed the supercharger, we can remove this supercharger and the turbocharger connection pipe. Now you can unplug this electrical connector, and don't forget to plug back this plastic clip when you will assemble it back. We're going to replace all of these seals. As you can see, it's pretty dirty. It's all with an oil. That seal will need to be replaced as well. So yeah, now we're going to remove turbocharger out of the place. So in order to remove, I've already unscrewed all of these bolts, which is holding the exhaust intake into the engine head. And now we're going to undo this little, I think it's 14 millimeters bolt, which is holding that clip to the catalytic converter. And also we want to undo this bolt line, that line, and one underneath. This is for the, I think, coolant lines, and that is oil. And the bottom one will be the bottom one will be the oil return pipe. Also, we need to undo this big plastic pipe as well, because we don't need it. And it's better to do it from under the car, but I got no engine mount already, so I'm trying to see what happens if I will start lowering down my jack to see if everything will still hold anything, or it will start cracking. If it will start cracking, I will need to buy mount engine support, and probably we'll have to figure it out how do I support the engine from top, because I need access from the bottom now in order to remove the turbocharger. Okay, this timing belt cover is really big pain. Basically it sits like that. So what you have to do, undo this bolt here, unclip these clips. There's also one more clip beside, like this. It's clipping to this socket, this one, right? And there are two sliding fixes like this. See, one is broken, I just broke it, and the one is they both sliding down to this holes, these places, right? So in order to remove it, you have to lose this tensioner, same way we did for the serpentine belt. I think it's number 15 key. So after losing it, just like this, right, that will give you more room to remove the cover. For some reason my one is stuck somewhere and just crack it. So I still think I will reuse this the same, because I don't think that will be a big issue. But yeah, be careful guys, don't break your cars like I do. I have to remove that oil feed line to turbo using this T50 key, right? And the coolant line as well, in the one below drain oil return line. Okay, this vacuum pipe is supposed to be here, right? That's vacuum valve, solenoid regulation vacuum valve, and that goes to the turbo, right? So I decided to unplug it here, is because this place is much more accessible. So as you can see, we already removed the coolant line and the oil supply. The only one thing left is to remove the oil return pipe from the below of this turbo. It's already shaking. Once we're done, we will be able to remove it for inspection and rebuild if needed. Right. I had to put back this engine mount because I'm gonna leave the car, because I'm gonna work tomorrow from the bottom of the car. Also, I think I will have a look if I can remove the catalytic converter, because I think I need to wash it at least, or replace, I don't know yet. Now we have to remove these two. This is the bottom of the car. We have to remove these two bolts holding the return oil line. Right, in order to do that, you need one of this, which is T30, yeah, T30, this one. Okay, once we removed turbo lines, we can remove turbo. There is one big plastic hose fell down under the car. It's easier to remove it from top rather than from bottom. At least for me it was. Right. I also had to disconnect these two hoses out of the pipelines. That rubber pipelines. This one unfortunately wasn't being accessible, so I'm afraid to damage it because it's quite hard stick to the metal pipe. And turbo, you need to remove to up of the engine. You will not be able to remove it down because this shaft is preventing you to do that, so it's easier to access it from the top. Okay, what's left to do? As you can see, we need to remove this bolt. I believe it's bolt of 10, right? Then what here? Before removing these two camshafts, I want to, unfortunately I wasn't able to remove that pulley simply because I need again remove this mounting bracket and lowering down the engine in order to access to that crazy bolt. But look at that crazy bolt. I'm very afraid I will not be able to undo them, especially in that not good accessible area. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 M10 bolts. Then I will undo these clips from this wire to release the fuel rail from the wires, and then I hope we will be able to pull the oil injectors up. I'm going to test them all in order to, are they good or bad. I'm not going to do it myself. Highly likely I will bring them to my local shop who got the proper equipment for that, and they will test it and tell me if I need to replace any of them or all of them are good, because that could be a possibility of the issues as well. Because remember, when I did diagnostic, there was a quite hard smell of petrol from this oil cup. So yeah, I think if we do basically the full engine refurbishment, we definitely need to make sure we put back the good parts. That's my next step. I remove that high pressure line pipe. Volvo strictly recommends to use it once only, so once you remove it you have to bin it, because these two guys might be damaged, right? But I don't see they damaged on my one. The problem is I can't find the new one. I know the part number, but I can't find the new one, and I found in one place in Germany and it cost around £70 for this piece of shit. Sorry. Yeah, that's little really pipe doesn't really cost £70. No idea why is that. Anyway, yeah, let's move on to the removing the fuel rail and the injectors. Okay, these four long boys came from the fuel rail, and this short guy was holding this a little pipe. Where is that? Yeah, that one. That pipe. Right? So let's now remove all of these wires. I've got a special tool for that. And then we will try to gently plug each injector out. Okay, all of my injectors was out. They were very easy being removed, fortunately. As you can see, a lot of dirt on it, all of them. What I'm going to do, I'm going to give them all for the checking and inspection after wash. I know we can do it ourselves by pressurizing it here and, you know, find this socket and just apply 12 volts rapidly to see if that sprays well. But it's not a good test. It's not just enough to see if that sprays well or not. They all amount of fuel have to be equal. If one of them is leaking, then, you know, your test is, it can spray anyway, but it will be spray more than the others, and your car will be working bad and unhealthy, like my one. Remove these spark plugs next, all of them. Okay, now we're going to remove these two bolts, which is holding the coolant pipe. This is where I found my coolant leak. So it potentially could be not the oil, it could be a coolant. But I'm still confused about this broken pipe, why it's ending here, and if it's broken, where it's supposed to go. Okay, remove these three bolts. They are quite long. One off here, one there, and one here. No, one is here, this way, here and here. They are holding your high pressure pipe. Yeah guys, sorry, I think I made some mistake here. So I started removing this high pressure fuel pump, and I didn't see there is a blockage here. See that little gray pipe connecting to the black one, and the black one goes just directly underneath. This one is basically I now can't, I'm in the middle, there is not enough room to remove it out, and at the same time I can't get access to the removing this pipe and continue removing this, and also I can't plug it back because of the very firm spring here in the inside. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to remove these two bolts. You don't have to do that. What I'm going to remove these two bolts, remove this junction connection, and there should be a piston here. I need to remove that piston and the spring, so that will allow me to put this back and remove this little pipe after. So you don't have to do that if you will not, if you will remove this pipe first from underneath. It's not really visible. Now we can actually see that that T-junction is not the one I'm talking about. Not this T-junction, not this one. There's another one, see that black, this one black goes down, and it goes actually, yeah, that's clearly visible now. See? This is where we need, it's behind that T-junction, and it goes to the engine block. Oh guys, look, Poland. The cylinder head's made in Poland. On the Swedish car. You remove this. As you can see, I didn't. It just somehow allowed me to remove the whole unit. Also, it has to be unclipped from this clip. That clip is quite dodgy because you know you can't press by fingers here, so you have to put flat screwdriver press on top on this level, a little leather, and same from the other side. That will allow you to remove them. Now you have to remove that sensor as well, that connector sensor, because this is still cylinder head. Right, now it's time to remove this pipe. Don't know how to do that yet. You can see this. Yeah, let me tell you a couple of words about this high pressure pump. Basically, as you can see, there is a square, rounded corner square. I don't know what it is, like wheel, but it's not wheel, it's a square wheel. Right, so basically when the shaft is spinning, it does press these corners 4 times for each spin. When it pressed onto the special piston, I'll show you it now. Okay, the piston goes here, up and down, right? That is the end of the shaft, and that is, I think, so the fuel pump high pressure is doing 4 times, press 4 times on that piston during the one camshaft spin. The piston looks like this, right? And it's inside goes like this, right? So it's just like this in assembly, right? And it's quite, when you remove this whole unit, it's quite easy to drop it off. According to the, it's very sharp part. I mean sharp, not like you can just cut. No, it's, I mean the sharp is because there is no sockets here in between. It's very or no gaps here at all. So if you drop this up somewhere on the floor, for example, you are not allowed to put it back. You have to buy the brand new one. This is all according to the Volvo specification. Make sure, guys, you don't drop this off, okay? In order to remove this pipe, there is a clip holds like this way. So you have to gently using screwdriver, flat screwdriver, just pull it up. And in my case, I just removed it. Make sure you didn't break anything. Otherwise, you will have to look for the new part, which we don't want to. And now it spins, and I think we now can slightly remove this. Again, it's sitting very firmly. Make sure you don't break anything. Right, what's left to do, guys? See that black bracket? There is a little nut underneath. Sorry, bolt. Not this one I'm looking at. The one is from this side, maybe. You will see that. Hopefully you will see that here. So that bolt is, I think, 8. So we need to remove that bracket because it holds this. Oh, actually, we don't need to. We might just unclip this pipe and that's it. And then once we'll remove the whole cylinder head, we will be just undo this bracket. Yeah, it's quite inconvenient, so I will probably do this way. Right, okay guys, everything is free of this side all around. What's left to do? Hey, my car is already flying up. So first step, remove the wheel. Okay, once wheel is off, we can see. Remember last time I've already did try to. Where is the lighter? I've already see you. It's not accessible because you're looking at like this, so you can't. So we need to slightly reduce the engine height. Sorry, not the engine height, the engine level, right? So in order to do that, we have to put a jack below and remove the top engine mount. This is how it looks on my side. Right, don't make it tight, right? Because otherwise you're gonna lift the whole car. We don't want it. Just do it by hand, right? Now it's time to move to the top engine mount. Okay, we're moving here. I've already shown you how to do that. We're gonna be undoing this bolt first, then this 3, and then that 4. This 2 and that down there as well. Couple of will be, you'll see them. Once we remove that, our engine will remain to stay at the same position, and we'll be able to slightly lowering it down in order to access to the crankshaft pulley. Now once we have the top mount removed, we should not breathe, because if this engine fall down off the jack, only God knows what issues we will have. Could be anything. Right, lowering it down. Here we go. The engine is down now, and we have proper access to our crankshaft pulley. It's time to use our special Volvo tool. Okay, from the tool you do have things like this. It does also have a couple of bolts. They initially were here and here. Right, so you have things like this. Then what you have to do, you have to put it into this, and so this hole, that hole will come here, and that hole will come here, and tighten by these bolts. Not too much, according to the service manual. You have to do it with 80 Newton meters. But to be honest, I'm gonna do it just by hand. Right? Then you have tool like this, right? So using it this way, not the other side, this way, pull it down and put these holes for these 4 bolts, right? So the middle is in the middle. And let me show you how the whole setup looks after. In order to lock it down, you should do something like this. See? So your crankshaft is locked now. Let me show you how it looks from the top. Sorry for the wires. Yes, I did do it on my own. There's nobody to help me, I'm afraid. So, guys, it's locked like this within this tool, right? Now we have crankshaft locked, and we can undo the central bolt, which is most. Actually, I'm going to do them all 5, just because it is easier once this tool is set. Okay, we don't need tool anymore. I removed everything out of the engine. As you can see, there's no bolts anymore. The pulley should remove just by hands, shaking it up and down, and then it will give us an access to our timing belt. Right now we have a timing belt access. As you can see, the mark on the spinner is here, and the other mark is right. Let me switch on the light. The other mark is right here, this one. See, this one is the mark, and there is a number 1 here as well. That means this block marks has to be aligned. So we need to rotate our engine clockwise to that mark to align them both together. In order to do that, we need to use another tool from this toolkit. This one. I think it just makes sense how to use it. So align this 4 holes with 4 holes, and bolted them with the same bolts with pulley was, like this, right? And then once it's done, using the the key, just spin it clockwise down to, you will see the matching of that 2 marks. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. If I actually match the labels, that's not yet on the place. A little bit more. Okay, it should be very bad. Sorry, it's very bad to access, but I hope you understand these two marks now aligned, right? Like this. Not really want to. Doesn't really want to. Next step. Because I'm not going to replace just the timing belt, so I don't care about my timing positions right now too much. I'm going to remove that shafts because I have to remove anyway timing shafts, both of them, and the cylinder head and everything else. So in order to do that, we have to remove these two tensioners. See that tensioner, that's just a parasite roll. And then we can remove the timing belt. And yeah, I'm going to remove that tensioner as well. Basically all these guys will be removed. I think because I have a leakage in the crankshaft sealant, I'm going to replace that as well. Okay, I remove the tensioners and the timing belt, and that looks alright for the 100,000 miles. And this is your part number, Germany. So timing belt looks very well, but I'm going to replace it anyway, as well as like these two guys, because they are quite worn, unfortunately. So we will need to. This one is good, but the tensioner is not really. So once you replace the timing belt, I highly recommend you to replace these two guys as well, otherwise you're gonna be doing the same job twice. I'm not like that. I'm doing it once and I want to forget about it forever. Right, now I want to remove that the serpentine belt tensioner as well, just to give me a bit more access to. As you can see, that's the marking. That's the marks we matched together. Right, so now our crankshaft is in the right position as well as the camshafts, but I told you we don't care about the camshafts because I'm going to remove them anyway. Right, continue doing our stuff. What's next? Next is this guy, right? And this guy is, I believe, holds by these two guys, so I need to remove these two first. That is not the bolt, by the way, so don't spin it like a crazy, right? It's just like a little bit anti-clockwise, I believe, and undo it. Right? Don't use any power tool or something crazy here. I'll show you. Right, carry on. Put T40 like this. Okay, look, it's not the thread, right? It's just like a locker. So you put it down and lock it clockwise, and if you want to unlock it, just do it anti-clockwise, just like I'm doing now. So the second one I will do, just show you. Oh no, I don't think I will. Look, I can't. Oh my god. You know what, when you do this kind of works within the engine removed, you can rebuild it during a day if you have all parts, but you know, on the car it's quite difficult. Basically, look, it's like this, so it's not more than like 45 degrees or something like this, so don't spin it too much, otherwise you're gonna be damaged this little stars, because it's made of plastic and it will be difficult for you. Okay, in order to access of this crazy boat, I'm doing things like this. See, this is just a normal key. And look, we now gently, that's it. No more. That's it. Removed. Right, job is done. Okay. Right. So these two big boys are bolts, and these are T65. Just to let you know. Okay, do not try to undo these two bolts straight away, because your try will be failed. Because this is pins as well, so we have to lock these two guys as well. And of course we need our what? Correct special tool. For some reason this special tool is not the best quality. That little cylinders is the same size as these little holes, but as you can see I wasn't able to place all three of them because these distances is very slightly not equal, and if you put one, the other two is not very well fits in. Slightly, somehow, I don't know how, just make it a little bit thinner. It will allow them to fit into. Yeah, this is really unfortunate because this slows me down. I was expected the tool is fitting well, but guys, life is life. Use my favorite Dremel tool, which helps me every time, and just fix it. I'm not going to show it how to do that. I'm just going to slightly send it around and see if that fits or not. A few hours later. Joke. Yeah, basically after slight adjust the tool with my super duper Dremel tool, this is how it should be fit on the car. What we're gonna do next, we're going to tighten these nuts, sorry. If you're more lucky than me, if you have a proper tool and your tool is fitting well, then all good, right? For me it took some time in order to fit it, but as you can see I fit it now successfully. So the camshaft locks both, and tighten these two nuts and tighten this by hand. As you can see, there is no anything like edges here, it's just for hands tightening. So, and yes, now we can undo these two little busters. Okay, in order to untighten this bolt, you need to make something like this. This is very little, right? Small one, that's middle one, that's a big one. So the smaller one, put the head of 13, and then with the head of 13 you'll be, if it should bend like this, then you will be able to apply it on top on that hexagon, right? And then using one of this kind of pipe extension key, you will be able to tighten this central lock bolt, right? Yeah, the problem is I don't have this Newton meter key, metric key for this one, so how will I tighten it back? I don't know. Didn't made it up yet. Yeah, but now this is all undone, so we can remove this both shafts and continue removing then this cover and everything. So now we can remove this special tool, and carry on. Bolts are that long. No idea how will I remove the second one. No idea. It will not allow me to remove the shaft thing. But what I wanted to say, the manual says don't use the old bolts. So every time you remove that bolt, you have to buy a new one, same as this plugs. No idea why. Plastic plug with rubber sealant. That's it. Why we have to buy the new one? I don't know. Right. Anyway, I just told you what I read in the user manual. Sorry, service manual. Yep. Okay. Is it easy? Yeah. See, we removed it quite easy. Right? Hopefully we will be able to remove the second one as well, but I don't know if we can do it on the car or not. No idea. Yes. This is what we're facing right now. I can't remove this shaft simply because there is no room here. Right? But at the same time, it's not going to fall down anyway. So why wouldn't we leave it like that? We have an access to bolts anyway, to our head cover bolts, right? So we will be able to remove everything, even with the shaft in, right? And then I will remove the shaft itself. It will be removed within this I don't know, wheel, right? In terms of the how will I tighten it back, I will install it first on the shafts, and secondly I will tighten them, install them just like that from top, then cover, and then tighten everything. I mean this bolts, and this guy will be tightened, and that can be done after, right? So in terms of the timing marks, I think this is the one, and there is one on the shaft itself. Yeah, let me show you how it looks. It looks like this, right? See, like this, and this is on the plastic cover. I have no idea how can you match them very sharpen. I don't know, but this is what Volvo engineers done, right? So the second mark should be here as well, somewhere. Yeah, this one, little one. This is the one, this is the second one. Right. Okay. Now we need to remove this plastic cover, right? This plastic cover holds one bolt here. Oh no, it's not one. Yeah, one here. Yeah, there is one here. One on top. And from the other side as well. Right? You can see one. See that he's hidden. Okay. One more bolt is over there. This one. See, I didn't see this one. That's why we can't remove this. And also I think this bracket is holding this plastic cover as well. Let's remove the bracket. We need to undo this and these bolts, two bolts, and let's remove the final one of the plastic cover, and hopefully we will remove this plastic cover now. Okay guys, we have removed both the timing shaft and the cover as well. Now nothing is prevent me to remove and continue disassemble the cylinder head. Right, let's remove these two timing solenoid. Okay, time to remove the cover of the cylinder head. It does use the, I think it's M10. Let me double check. Yes, it's M10. 10 bolts. So you basically need to undo them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All of them here. All around. Right. And order doesn't matter. But what does matter? Order will matter once we will fit it back. In order to remove it, it doesn't matter. What does matter? We have to do it the same, basically. So you can't remove just this bolt and this one is left. So untight this, untight them all, and then just with the same pretty much force remove them, right? So don't remove them one by one. So if this is tighten, untight them all and then after remove them, okay? I don't know, like a 1 spin or 2 spins each, and then it's especially to avoid any kind of, bending or any other kind of damage. I know it's not probably important too much, but that's just like my experience, what I'm going to do. Okay, you can do what you want, of course. Okay, so once we untighten them all, we can do like, you can just remove them. Now order doesn't matter. Okay, and this one I will just remove now with the hand key. Just one of these. Okay, once you've done all bolts, make sure you didn't leave anything, didn't miss anything. So once all bolts removed, then using some kind of tool, I just need to hook it here, just like that. Probably not using this tool, and of course not using this tool, something harder. So here we have here this, that's why it's a little bit sticky to the cylinder head, so we have to just using that from one side, and from some another side just need to undo this sticky sealant. Okay, you can use something kind of this, just put hammer like that, and then it will allow you to remove. As you can see, my one is already removed. Now I can remove it by hands. have a look at the bearings. See, they're quite worn. That happens because this car has been driven with a lower level of oil, right? I don't know if it's acceptable or I have to buy a new one. I'm gonna send it to the specialist and see what they say. This is our camshafts. They don't look very worn. I think it's okay for this mileage. Yeah. But again, look, they all carbonized. And not that bad, but let's see what we'll see after. So now I'm very carefully going to removing these two guys. This is very sharp car part and you have to be very careful with this shafts. Okay, so remove them, but see this special, like this is for adjustment for the regulation. What I'm going to do after removal, I'm going to mark them all like 1 2 3 blah 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 and etc, right, in order to don't mix them up because they're all different. Okay, so guys, if you remove them, don't mix them up. Okay, this ring was here. See, it's like going to this place, right? But here, and after it was sealant. Of course, I'm going to use new sealants. They are all in my kit here. Finally, I removed the second one. This is the one which was from the exhaust system, and this is from the intake. So the part number is 38 of the exhaust and 37 of the intake. I don't know, maybe they are the same, but I'm going to assemble it. No, actually they are different. Right, I'm going to assemble it in the same order. So this is probably not for you guide, but guide for me as well. Okay, from this side we used to have the sealant for our fuel pump. Yeah, look like this. Stands here. Don't forget about it. I'll put it here for the time being. We have to mark them all where they were. Right, this is crucial and very important because this is used car. On the brand new car it doesn't matter, but when you're doing the used one, they all worn differently. So it has to be done something like this. Clean them from the oil and disgrease it with something, some dissolve, some solvent, and make it like this, right? Remember them, their position. The head bolts inside. This is 1 2 3 4. Basically I think it's 5 each side, 10 bolts. And the order of removing bolt doesn't matter, but once we will assemble everything back into, the order will matters. Okay, so now I'm going to untie them all and then remove them. just simply as it is. Just don't do it. Just untie it and straight away remove, just because it can, you know, slightly bend your hand. And maybe it cannot. I will just, for secure myself, will not doing this. I will just untie them all with the same force, and then remove them all. By the way, the key is T55, okay? Right, you need a longer one. Okay, once we removed all these bolts, we have to make sure. By the way, see that holes there? You can easily drop something inside. Please be careful, don't drop anything. Otherwise, it will be a very big problem, guys. Here the same. So now we have to make sure nothing is holding the head anymore to the block. I'm to have a look at, was it really worth it? Because if we have, okay, this cylinder looks a little bit scratchy. That is fine. That is fine, right? And that is fine. I think I don't see anywhere the trace of bad gasket. So I think the smoking was the different reason. So it was not coolant leak. It's quite difficult to say because this is one, but it could be just dirty because I removed the head just now. But yeah, I don't see anything like bad here too much. Let's check what's this cylinder is actually worrying me. Let me check if you can pick it by nail. Oh, that's not good really. That does look very bad. That one is bad. That is good. That is good. Good, good, good. One cylinder is not good. This one. Okay. This is very sad news, guys. Because yeah, that's too much. There is a big scratch here. See? There will no be compression. Even if I replace the rings, there will no be a compression here. Right. I don't know, maybe the ring is cracked and made this wear or something else. Well, what's to the next? Basically, guys, I said to say that I need a new engine. I need a new engine because this is very, very worn, unfortunately. Or I need a new cylinder block. So I don't even know, shall I send my head to refurbishment specialists and and invest money in it. The new engine cost very expensive for this vehicle, unfortunately. But look, this is why we had very bad compression. No, it's not very bad, it was 11, but you know, that one is 11 and these guys are that is slightly lower than everyone else, but I don't know why, because I don't feel any bad anywhere. So that was 14, that was 13, that was 12, and this is the 11 one. I will probably try to polish it using special old-fashioned way of doing this, because I am going to do it on the car. I don't have any other choices, I believe. Engine going to be, you know, will require to be replaced anyway, so yeah, at least I can try, right, and see if that works or not, and for how many miles will it work. Maybe it will be okay. The issue here is that cylinder will be slightly bigger volume than the others, and it could be, I don't know, detonation or something. Because in a good way scenario, we have to remove the cylinder head and give it to the specialist in order to, like, milling them on the special machine. But or buy a new one. I haven't seen the new one in anywhere. Yeah, this is very bad news. The worst, actually, because, you know, no point to restore it with this issue.